Well, after wasting a minute clicking the wrong button... Oh, it's receiving the content. Excellent. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my weekly stream. Welcome back to streaming Dragon Age Origins, Part 14. I'm joined once again by my regular co-host, Cybernetic Pink Eye. Come on, dude. Please.
Gotta take that sippy sip.
Of course you gotta take that. Why would you drink when I'm introducing the stream?
Because comedy.
Well, I'm not laughing. Anyway. So, those of you who may not have been here previously, we were making our way through the Brecilian Forest. We were kind of trying to track down Witherfang, the leader of the werewolves, or this wolf-like entity anyway. And getting a little bit concerned because the werewolves, which we were led to believe were just, you know, savage animals that killed for no reason, were talking to us. So there's some concern about, you know, exactly how justified we would be in just simply killing them.
Isn't there always?
I mean, that's the thing. As soon as you introduce that someone on the opposing side is sentient, the option for actually being able to talk things out is presented. Now, sometimes that's not always the case. Sometimes you can't talk everything out, but I like to live by the Wonder Woman ideology of, you know, try not to kill when you can subdue, or when you can wound, try not to wound when you can subdue, try not to subdue if you can, you know, talk things out, and, you know, all of that stuff. Like, I forget the exact phrasing, and I'm getting it wrong, but I don't care because I don't read any comics. Anyway, so we were making our way through, and there were spiders and dead things and werewolves, and look at that, there's a lot of dead bodies in this room. I wonder how this is going to play out, how you think? Anyway, we jumped into a pool, and it transported us beyond into this place.
They really should speak with the housekeeping about this.
I mean, to be fair, housekeeping has probably been dead for a couple thousand years.
And or unionized.
Well, depending on who you ask. Oh, okay, so I can just take the gall out of these corpses.
What gall?
The gall of my character.
Yes.
Look at all of these headless... Why are they all headless?
Don't even worry about it.
Why did you take all of the... What do you have against the heads? Is it because it would reveal what race they were?
I mean...
Maybe, anyway. Hi, Don. Welcome.
Hey.
Oh, this room. That's right. Wait, hang on. Alright, yeah, you guys go ahead and take point on that. I'm gonna do that. Would you guys tank, please? Thank you.
When have they ever?
They started to when I actually commanded them to.
Again, I love
what
how
the fuck?
every time you try and give them excuses, you just trail off.
When? Oh my god!
You know, I know this is supposed to be a serious arc of the story, but I just can't get over the fact that they look more like hedgehogs than they do wolves.
That battle went disastrously, so we're gonna start again. Like, that was as bad as it could be. The healer was about to die, my character died, so I'm just gonna... Alright, you guys go ahead. Really? 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 And let's see. I don't think there's really a way to do this without knocking me back, so... Okay. You guys... Well. I see.
Is that how it is?
I think I'm gonna need to get ready with that. Yep. Okay. Well, that sucks.
A little bit, yeah.
Alright, well, you losers. You losers don't know how to do anything.
Yes, but they're your losers.
You can stop saying that.
I mean, am I wrong?
I don't know how to respond to that, so I'm just gonna say fuck you.
That seems to be your go-to, yes.
Hey, I've got an idea. How about you go to someplace else?
Now, why would I do that when I'm having all the fun in the world right here?
Fun. Sure.
Oh, it's fun for me.
Anyway. Darkspawn dagger. Oh good, the presence of Darkspawn has been detected in these ruins, these ancient ruins, which have not been touched by anything else. Alright, you fuckers can take care of that. I'm gonna go dig around in the trash. No, you fuckers! Your job is to tank!
Remember when we were supposed to watch our language on this stream?
No.
Me neither.
What the fuck? Oh.
Okay, well, you have a good one, Don.
Oh. Alright, sorry about that, Don. But hello, welcome to everyone. Sorry that... sorry that, the internet's not cooperating. And yes, hello, sorry that I did not pay attention to everyone arriving. I've just been distracted by the sheer lack of ability.
I mean, I can understand where you might be, a little distracted.
Liliana? You good? Okay? Oh, and Alistair too! Okay, okay.
Dang.
Well, this is a tangle.
Can we show this? I feel like this is banned in several countries.
That is literally head to crotch. In multiple cases here. Wow.
Props to anyone who gets that reference.
I have no idea what you're doing anymore, and I'm not even gonna bother asking.
Don't even worry about it.
I know, that's your catchphrase.
Of course.
I still can't wait until "Don't ask me how I know that" becomes relevant.
I feel like you need that as a t-shirt.
Well, it needs to be introduced first.
True. Hello,
Alright.
Ragnar.
Hi!
Off I go.
Yeah, that's...
No, not. I don't want to throw the fucking icon, you stupid!
Oh, Lord.
Finished.
This game,
As you desire.
still one of my favorite of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Legitimately, I absolutely legit love these games to death.
I mean, on the bright side, your icy hot technique seems to be doing the trick.
Your icy hot... Okay, that's moving forward. Icy hot technique. That's a way of putting it.
Well, yeah. That's pretty much the most literal way I can put it.
Liliana, are you having trouble? The chest is right there.
Shall
Okay.
we go?
Yeah, we should go. Evelyn, we're in the ruins and we're trying to save people from dying and, like, yeah, shall we go? Well, I don't know, darling. Should we go? That's not my legitimate attempt at an English accent, by the way.
I was gonna say apologies to our UK representatives in the chat.
You won't have a go, mate? Anyway.
Can't be bothered.
Is he going... Is he gonna tank? Tune in at 5 o'clock Central. Will Alistair actually do his job and tank the team? You already know the answer to that question.
Same incompetent tank time, same incompetent tank channel.
You know, in thinking about it, I'm wondering who would technically be the tank between Lorelei and the Logician.
I mean, I imagine Lorelei.
I mean, technically, because I don't think the Logician is usually the one to actually jump into the middle of combat.
He's more support class.
Yeah, more support. Yeah, Alistair was supposed to be the tank. I don't know what happened.
I mean, apparently he left his treads at home.
Oh, good, it auto-saved, which means this next room is going to be beautiful. So I'm actually going to legit save.
So terrible, it's true.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is where we are. Okay.
You know, Larks, you're not wrong.
We do not wish
Thumb may
it
very
for
well
our
be the
people.
true tank.
Cutscene.
I ask you this now, outsider. Are you willing to parley?
Like you parlayed with the Dalish? Let's see. Why are all of these options hostile?
Because Dragon Age.
Yeah, I can't even, like, even when, like, talking with the elves, like, the least hostile options are absolute pure ignorance. Like,
I mean, I will say the least offensive of these would probably be, who are you?
yeah, honestly. Who are you?
I am merely another of the cursed who guards the entrance to our sanctum. I have been sent to parley.
We are talking right now, aren't we? So talk.
Not with me. I have been sent to you on behalf of the lady. She believes you may not be aware of everything you should be. She means you no harm, provided your willingness to parley in peace is an honest one.
You got a cold, dude? Is that why you're snorting at me? I mean, yeah, honestly, I do like the graphics. I know that they're obviously outdated. They're not nearly as polished as what we have today. But more than even just what it has at the time, it's still visually appealing to look at, even to today.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a unique design, as opposed to every werewolf design you'd see in most, like, modern media. Like,
Well, and you can see the care that was actually put into it. Like, it actually looks like what it's supposed to look like. It's not like, say, Final Fantasy VII and the polygonal disasters that were the character sprites.
yeah, I mean, these lycanthrope creatures are clearly their own animal.
Yeah. So let's see. See, interesting that this option comes up. I can, in role-playing my character, she is supposed to be an intelligent person, the sort of person who thinks through, you know, and is able to piece things together. That's supposed to be part of her whole thing. She's intelligent. So, piecing this together, is your lady Witherfang?
She is not Witherfang, but she can tell you of Witherfang if you ask. But first, you must agree to parley.
Yeah, I get it. I love again. Forget it, I'm not about to trust any of you. If you were willing to talk, why didn't you earlier? So why doesn't this lady come speak to me herself? And how do I know I won't be walking into another... Like, they're so hostile. That literally the only way to not be hostile is just to say, then take me to this lady.
Also, I love that your antagonistic voice here is literally the protagonistic shonen anime character.
If you were willing to talk, why didn't you earlier?
That's my ninja way!
Okay. Then take me to this lady.
Follow me. But I warn you, if you break your promise and harm her, I will come back from the Fade itself to see you pay.
Fair enough. That was one hell of a way to turn around, dude. Alright,
Man.
further cutscene. Don't take swipes at me, bitches. Actually, that's appropriate. They are dogs.
I mean...
I bid you welcome, mortal. I am the Lady of the Forest.
See, I know what you mean, Dork Princess, about the design, but I will say, again, this isn't that bad. Then again, I come from a generation of video games where we were lucky if it actually looked like what it was trying to represent. And we had to do a lot of imagining what the graphics were supposed to look like. So, this is actually not that bad. Now, I actually like the design of the Lady of the Forest here. However, and I was talking with you about this recently, even, you can tell that this was designed by a guy who was like, well, she would be naked because she's, in the forest. She's a spirit of the forest. I mean, she would just... Why would she wear clothing? But why would you design a character that by nature is a female character that has to be naked?
Yeah. Also, regarding your comments about the werewolf designs, Dork Princess, just if you think these are uncomfortable, just look up King from Tekken, and I think you'll agree this is the better option.
Oh, yeah. I do like her design in some ways. It's just like, again... Sorry, just going back to what I was saying before I forget it, because my brain is dumb that way. Like, the whole concept of saying, well, she's naked because of XYZ reason. She dresses this way because of XYZ reason. And it's like, but she's not the one choosing to dress this way. She's not the one choosing to be naked.
Right.
You, the designers of the game, are the ones who are choosing to make her naked. Now, in itself, yeah, it makes sense. It's a justification, but it's sort of like designing a character who breathes through their skin and then making them naked. Because it's like, the only reason why you made the she breathes through her skin thing was so that you could make her naked. Yeah. Like, it's the reason why you made this character a pure entity of the forest is so that you could make a naked lady. Like, yeah. I do like the vines. I do like that as she stands, her limbs do kind of waft as though affected by the breeze. Well,
I think those may be scratches, my dude.
They might be scars, but even if it is just a pattern, like, either way. Anyway, we've let this woman stand here for far too long, wafting her hands in the breeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that, Larks, too. It's a long conversation, and we're supposed to be playing a game here.
Yeah, also, I did warn you, Dork Princess.
Oh, God. Okay. So, thank you. I'm glad we have this chance to talk.
Do not listen to her, lady. She will betray you. We must attack her now.
Hush, Swift Runner. Your urge for battle has only seen the death of the very ones you've been trying to save. Is that what you want?
No, my lady. Anything but that.
And the time has come to speak with this outsider, to set our rage aside. I apologize on Swiftrunner's behalf. He struggles with his nature.
Sorry, just turning off the fan. Let's see. As do we all, lady.
Truer words were never spoken. But few could claim the same as these creatures, that their very nature is a curse forced upon them. No doubt you have questions, mortal. There are things that Zathrian has not told you.
Or is he actually part cheetah?
I think it's the latter. I'm not 100% sure. It's been a while since I've played Tekken, but...
Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Is that so? Such as?
It was Zathrian who created the curse that these creatures suffer. The same curse that Zathrian's own people now suffer. Centuries ago, when the Dalish first came to this land, a tribe of humans lived close to this forest. They sought to drive the Dalish away. Zathrian was a young man then. He had a son and daughter he loved greatly. And while out hunting, the human tribe captured them both.
The humans tortured the boy, killed him. The girl they raped and left for dead. The Dalish found her, but she learned later she was with child. She killed herself.
Okay, so again, breaking character moment here to kind of talk about this. I tend to live by the philosophy that when it comes to writing stories, try not to include something as potentially triggering as rape as a backstory element. The reason why is that it might be a part of someone's backstory, but unless it's actually relevant to the plot, it's not a great idea to include it. Just in general, it's one of those... There's a lot of discussion around the subject, and obviously it's one of those, it's not a pure black and white situation.
Yeah.
But a good rule of thumb is that unless it's actually something and you know that you're going to be able to handle that story in a way that is sympathetic to the subject, it's better not to include it. And when you use rape as backstory TM, it ends up being its own sort of trope that is, it sort of minimizes, it's like, oh yes, this person was shaped by this event. And it's like, given that real world people suffer from this, it's not something that should be introduced casually, and not something that should be like, oh well, they were, this is part of their character. And it's I have rarely seen it handled well, and in this case, invoking it just to give more reasons for why Zathrian was mad is not necessary. It's the fridging of the wife or a girlfriend or something like that. It's again creating man pain. I was trying to think of what it was, but yeah.
I was literally about to say, they took this like traumatizing event for this young woman, and rather than making it part of her character development, they decided to ice her and turn it into her father's man pain.
Exactly. That is the issue with this too, is that it wasn't done for a good reason. It wasn't done for a reason that actually is required for the plot. All it was to give more reason why her father was mad.
Like, they could have easily just said, like, both of the children were killed.
Maybe even, I mean, that's not better, but even something to the extent of they tortured her in front of him or something. Like, or she came back with wounds all over her, but then she died. But right. Not only does she find herself having been assaulted, then they find that they include the detail that she was child and that she killed herself. Like, this isn't just dark, it's unnecessary. Or better describe the human aggressors too. I guess I don't quite know. I mean, because there's going to be a delay between what I say and what you type and all of that, but I think it's not, it doesn't really do anything to describe, because we already know that they're violent. We already know that they are attacking people for no reason, that they had a vendetta against the Dalish. It wasn't necessary to include it even in their element of the story as to how they were twisted and evil and deserved what they got, you know? It's bad enough that they were trying to kill them and force them out of their own land. So. Anyway, alright. So Zathrian cursed them, I take it.
Zathrian came to this ruin and summoned a terrible spirit, binding it to the body of a great wolf. So Witherfang came to be. Witherfang hunted the humans of the tribe. Many were killed, but others were cursed by his blood, becoming twisted and savage creatures.
Twisted and savage, just as Witherfang himself is. They were driven into the forest. When the human tribe finally left for good, their cursed brethren remained, pitiful and mindless animals.
Until I found you, my lady. You gave me peace.
I showed Swiftrunner that there was another side to his bestial nature. I soothed his rage and his humanity emerged. And he brought others to me.
Just gonna do a quick little thing over here because I think that the game is going to sound a little bit on the quieter side in the recording. So I'm gonna boost that a little bit. Obviously, if for those of you who are watching, if you hear that I am starting to get a little bit drowned out, feel free to let me know and I can see what I can do to adjust the volume. But I have noticed that in some recordings of the streaming and everything, that the game has been on the quiet side. So, so let's see. Okay, let's see. So why should I care about any of this? Why did you ambush the Dalish? For revenge?
In part. We seek to end the curse. The crimes committed against Zathrian's children were grave, but they were committed centuries ago by those who are long dead. Word was sent to Zathrian every time the landships passed this way, asking him to come, but he has always ignored us. We will no longer be denied.
We spread the curse to his people, so he must end the curse to save them.
Please, mortal. You must go to him. Bring him here. If he sees these creatures, hears their plight, surely he will agree to end the curse.
And that's an interesting point, J-Dude. And that's a good question, Larks. I would personally say that you really cannot have justice without compassion. Because justice without compassion is just simply eye for an eye.
Yeah.
Justice is measured by... Are you really scratching your armpit in front of me, dude? Yeah, I guess you're gonna just do that. Okay.
I mean...
It's again in itself, but like if you're not trying to act with compassion, then all that you are doing is just trying to enact some sort of, I hate to say revenge, but that's usually what it comes down to.
Yeah.
But, let's see. Oh, what persuade? I have another plan. Kill the elves. Kill No! Why would Zathrian agree to come here alone? I mean... That's technically a good question. I may as well just ask that. But, well... I mean, he'll come alone because I'm a persuasive person, and this is a diplomatic mission.
Yeah.
Anyway, alright. I will bring Zathrian.
Tell him if he refuses, I will ensure that Witherfang is never found. He will never cure his clan. Outside of this chamber, the passage leading back to the surface has been opened for you. Return with Zathrian as soon as you can.
Yep, that's a door, all right.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're gonna want to be careful here. Cause let's see. This would be hilarious. I have no idea if this is going to work. I'm gonna save, because I'm gonna do the dumb thing just to test how dumb it is. But let's see. Alright. Let's just attack them.
And so I shall.
Okay, that did nothing.
I mean, I load your save just to be safe.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely.
Like, damn, the Lady of the Forest is some strong shit.
Oh, she is. Oh, you do. Okay, so in this game, the color of their name actually indicates how strong they are in relation to your character. So, like, yellow is moderate challenge, white is basically no challenge, ha ha ha, and orange is one of the most challenging that you can get. Would probably kill you in an instant. Yeah, I think that orange is definitely a dangerous color.
It's also the new black.
You know, stop.
Never.
Small round metal round shield. That's good. Okay, I'm going to go up.
Yes.
They do have remarkable self-control. I set them on fire and they were just like, whatever. You're doing something diplomatic for me, so I guess I'm not going to attack you. And it's like, oh.
She is a hell of a dog whisperer.
I mean, green isn't a creative color.
Ah,
Fight
and
me.
here you are already.
Somehow I figured I'd find you here.
Did you? Aren't you the intuitive one? There was no way to tell what would happen once you reached this ruin, so I decided to come myself.
We need to talk, you and I.
Yes, there will be plenty of time for that. Did you acquire the heart?
No. I love again. I'd rather talk about our deal. Okay. No, I didn't.
You didn't. May I ask then, why are you leaving the ruin?
This is a good, interesting question. So you knew about this ruin. Why didn't you tell me?
There was no need. I knew you would find it, and I did not care to give you a history lesson about things that have no bearing on your purpose here. But it seems the spirit convinced you to act on her behalf. Might I inquire what she wants?
So he knows the situation very clearly. What is it you think she wants?
To survive, I suspect. That is the common nature amongst all such creatures. The will to survive. You do understand that she actually is Witherfang?
Yeah, I pieced that together. Yes, I thought as much. Hi,
She is
cat.
the powerful spirit of this ancient forest that I summoned long ago and bound in the body of the wolf. Her nature is that of the forest itself. Beautiful and terrible, serene and savage, maiden and beast. She is the lady and Witherfang both, two sides of a single being. The curse came first from her. Those she afflicted with it mirrored her own nature, becoming savage beast as well as human.
But the werewolves have regained their minds.
I find that difficult to believe.
Well, it doesn't matter what you
They
believe.
attacked my clan, and they were the same savages then that they have ever been. They deserve to be wiped out and not defended. Come, I will accompany you back to the ruin. Let us go and speak to the spirit, and I will force her into Witherfang's form. He may then be slain and the heart taken.
Won't you at least consider talking to them?
Why? You claim they have regained their minds, but they are still savage beasts. Their nature is unchanged. All they want is revenge, or a release that I will not give them. No, let us take the heart and end it.
All they want is revenge. He's like, oh no, all they are is savage beasts. But this ends up again in itself raising the question, what exactly defines a savage beast? Someone who is trying to fight against their nature to not be violent? Or someone who chooses to be violent even when they have the opportunity to step back?
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's not a black or white issue, and of course when you start involving magic and werewolves and all of that stuff, it doesn't make it straightforward, because again, a werewolf is a clear and present danger. But it's still in itself, again, who is the true beast amidst all of this, blah blah blah. Anyway,
Animal I have become intensifies.
do you still have so much hatred, blah 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 blah. Okay, do you still have so much hatred after all this time?
You were not there. You did not see what they did to my son, to my daughter, and so many others. You are not Dalish. How can you know how we had to struggle to be safe? How could I have let their crimes go unanswered?
Okay, how can you know how we had to struggle to be safe? Hi, I'm a mage. I was rounded up as a child and locked away from the rest of the world, where I had to be supervised by people that could rape, assault, abuse me, starve me, throw me in the dungeon, leave me to die at any point, just because they decided that I wasn't actually going to play along with their little game.
This is basically just the Dalish equivalent of, that's my opinion!
I mean, kind of. Howdy. Welcome to the stream. Anyway.
Hello.
Those crimes were committed centuries ago. I mean, that's technically like, dude, it's not even the same people.
Yeah.
But those crimes were committed centuries ago.
I remember them as if it were yesterday. Even if they are more than animals now, they desire nothing but revenge. They will never let my clan be.
You are projecting, sir.
A bit.
So your answer is to let them suffer forever.
Tell me, if you held your own daughter's lifeless body in your arms, would you not also have sworn an eternity of pain on those who did such to her?
No, because I actually don't really believe in eternal, vengeance. Okay. I might have, but who is being punished now?
Very well. You wish me to go and talk? I will do so. But what if it is only more revenge they wish? Will you safeguard me from harm?
I don't think it will come to that.
I fail to see the purpose behind this, but very well. It has been many centuries now. Let us see what the spirit has to say.
Yeah, I love the double standard of J, dude. Alright.
So here you are, spirit.
She is the lady of the forest. You will address her properly.
You've taken a name, spirit? And you've given names to your pets? These beasts who follow you?
It was they who gave me a name, Zathrian. And the names they take are their own. They follow me because I help them to find who they are.
Who they are has not changed from whom their ancestors were. Wild savages. Worthless dogs. Their twisted shape only mirrors their monstrous hearts.
He will not help us, lady. It is as I warned you. He is not here to talk.
No, I am here to talk, though I see little point in it. We all know where this will lead. Your nature compels it, as does mine.
It does not have to be that way. There is room in your heart for compassion, Zathrian. Surely your retribution is spent.
My retribution is eternal, spirit. As is my pain. This is justice, no more.
Are you certain your pain is the only reason you will not end this curse? Have you told the mortal how it was created?
He said he summoned you and bound you to a wolf.
And so he did. Witherfang and I are bound as one being. But such powerful magic could not be accomplished without Zathrian's own blood.
Huh.
Your people believe you have rediscovered the immortality of their ancestors, Zathrian, but that is not true. So long as the curse exists, so do you.
No, that is not how it is.
Okay, but that is why you're still alive. So... Okay. Just how far will you go for your revenge, Zathrian?
I did it for my people. I did it for my son and my daughter. For them, for justice, I would do anything.
The curse would not end with Zathrian's death. His life, however, relies on its existence. And I believe his death plays a part in its ending.
Then we kill him! We tear him apart now!
Did you not hear what she just
For
said?
all your powers of speech, you are beasts still. What would you gain from killing me? Only I know how the ritual ends, and I will never do it.
Ha! You see? We must kill them all!
See? They turn on you as quickly. Do what you have come here to do, Grey Warden, or get out of my way.
Yes, Hergnar, that is in fact what happened. He used blood magic to bind the spirit to Witherfang.
So yeah, stand-up guy.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I love with this, too, is like, see? They turn on you, too! And it's like, they're turning because you basically said, yeah, I'm not going to ever agree to this deal. They want to kill you because you have made them suffer pointlessly, and if they can't actually have the curse removed, then they're at least going to remove you.
It's like the equivalent of like when mass media shows a picture of some old dude who was supposedly beaten helplessly by Antifa, but they don't show the part where he tried to beat up Antifa with a fucking like
baton.
Exactly.
Like an actual iron, metal, or some kind of metallic baton of some kind. Yeah. Let's not get political now. Anyway,
since fucking when?
I know. But, like, it's one of those things where, again, he's like, my retribution is justified. And it's like, okay, but they've now suffered for centuries, and, like, they also now have a right to retribution against you. So it becomes the eye for an eye and the world goes blind. That's the whole point. At some point, you stop the cycle of retribution. You stop escalating things and you find a way to end violence and misery and torture. Yeah, these aren't even the same werewolves. They're descended, quote unquote, but even then, some of them are just people who were also attacked.
Yeah.
But, let's see.
Like, it's the same thing, like, you can be angry at a group of people who, like, fucked up things for you or your family, like, centuries ago or generations ago, but don't take it out on the it's a whole sins of the father thing.
I guess. I mean, there's something, we could go into a discussion about how there are some people who benefit present day from, you know, the actions of their ancestors or their forerunners, or even just in general the people that came before them. There is such a thing as being privileged by a system that was set up by the actions of other people. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are responsible for the harm, but you, as a benefactor of that privilege, might take the responsibility to see what you can do to change that system so that it is more equitable between, you know, anyone who is advantaged versus disadvantaged in that system.
Oh, absolutely.
But he is punishing directly. He himself is directly punishing other people for the actions of those who died long ago. Yeah, he is very patient while I discuss this.
He's pulling an Anakin on fucking sand people argument.
I mean, anyway, I don't care, Zathrian. I won't help you do this.
We're standing for what's right here, no matter what.
Then you die with them. All of you will suffer as you deserve.
Good luck with that. And he summons demons! And wild sylvans! And he paralyzed several members of that team. All right, well, dude, I think you have cleanse area, so let's put you... Did he paralyze them? I think they're paralyzed. I'm trying to think of where he could go to not paralyze or unparalyze people. Because Alistair has the ability called cleanse area. So I'm going to have him go over there, and I'm going to see what I can do to just go after Zathrian and freeze him. Alright. And then, oh yeah, he did actually paralyze some of them, so I'm going to see what I can do to release them. Okay, so hopefully that should work. Excellent. I have deparalyzed some of the werewolves. Oh god, that thing is big. Okay. This is gonna be a tough battle. I don't want to use, like, a wide range here, because, like, if I use a ranged attack or an area of effect attack, it's probably... Did I get paralyzed? I got knocked down. Okay. It's going to attack other members here. Okay, so...
Make him be praised.
I cannot defeat you.
So we're just gonna have this...
Finish it. Kill him now.
No! Don't kill him! Please, lady, stop him!
No, Swift Runner. We will not kill him. If there is no room in our hearts for mercy, how may we expect there to be room in his?
I cannot do as you ask, Spirit. I am too old to know mercy. All I see are the faces of my children, my people. I cannot do it.
So, I was worried that we were going to have that blizzard just, you know, overhanging the entire cutscene here. Thankfully, it did end on its timer. Yeah, the wolves did all of the work. But let's see. Hasn't this gone on long enough, Zathrian?
Perhaps I have lived too long. This hatred in me is like an ancient, gnarled root. It has consumed my soul. What of you, Spirit? You are bound to the curse just as I am? Do you not fear your end?
You are my maker, Zathrian. You gave me form and consciousness where none existed. I have known pain and love, hope and fear, all the joy that is life. Yet of all things I desire nothing more than an end. I beg you, Maker, put an end to me. We beg you, show mercy.
Don't, Cat.
You shame me, Spirit. I am an old man, alive long past his time.
Then you'll do it? You'll end the curse?
Yes, I think it is time. Let us put an end to it all.
It's over. She's gone. And we're human. I can scarcely believe it.
There he goes. There he goes again. Okay.
I'm sorry, it was like just there's so many things. Number one, they all just magically have clothes. Number two, there's that one lady who was just T-posing while everyone else was hugging. Oh God.
I agree. I can warm us up, yeah. Hi Mel. But
Hey.
yeah, that's the thing, is that Zathrian, that's just it. Like, Zathrian can't let go of his revenge. He even says that it's kind of consumed him at this point. So he's okay with letting go, because it also means letting go of that rage. He's lived long past his time, so to speak. Yeah. And again, it's not like, again, the spirit knew what was going to happen. She knew that she was going to evaporate just as his life did. But it's actually a genuinely moving scene. His hesitation, even till the end, is that how do you willingly let go of life, you know? How do you willingly... He even said himself earlier, survival. It's the instinct that all creatures have. But this is one of the reasons why I try to choose the diplomatic option, something that they, interestingly enough, make make more difficult in future installments. It's kind of hard in some ways to try and find that middle ground. Interesting that the title music is playing here.
I mean...
Anyway. Or sort of anyway. Yes, I prefer this version of it. They got their own spin-off on the Disney Channel. Okay. Yeah, okay. You aren't gonna miss all that strength and speed? Let's see. I do good work. Time to pay up! So what are you going to do now?
We'll leave the forest, I suppose. Find other humans, see what's out there for us. It should be quite interesting, don't you think? Thank you. We'll never forget you.
We're just gonna run like a bunch of werewolves again. That's fine. Wynn approves, Liliana approves, and they're all pulling their weapons again. Wow, Liliana really approves. Let's see. Alistair really approves. Wynn approves less. Oh well. I'd still have to do her personal quests as well. That's the thing. Alright, well, since we cleared that out of the way... Alright, that was pointless. That sarcophagus has nothing. What about this sarcophagus?
Well, all right.
Elf flight arrows is bullshitty. Alright, I think this is where I go out. Trying to remember, how do I leave? Okay. I mean, clothes being generated, like, I'm not particularly... I don't particularly care. It's... They can't exactly have them running around naked. And it would raise just as many questions if they showed up with underwear.
Yeah.
It might be interesting to see a remaster of this game, but quite frankly, I think it still works. This is one of those things where the graphics may not be like what we have today, but they're not exactly, like, eye-gougingly awful either.
Oh, yeah.
So, back to the Brecilian Forest. And we can actually choose to stay... We can teleport between the Brecilian ruins and the actual, like, Dalish camp. We may as well check the fallout from what just happened.
I mean...
There's a revenant in one of the rooms. Yeah, I already took care of that.
Whoever draws the axe.
Oh my
from this
god.
Tree stump.
What?
Wedged
What?
in there awful tight. You, sir, see if you are the anointed one, destined to pull the axe from the stump. You bloody loony you are.
They changed character models! She started as one person, then turned into another.
They used instant transmission. It's a result of them ascending from the curse.
This isn't the same people. This is completely unrelated. These are not even related to what we just saw. This is a cutscene.
Teleports behind you. Nothing personal, outsider.
Okay, so I should explain a little bit about what's going on. Okay. Alright, so, as you may know from the first couple of episodes of all of this, I actually installed a set of mods. Now, obviously, I created some conflicting mods because I forgot to remove a particular file, but that has since been rectified. But
Don't fucking say you added some conflicting mods to this game.
Thanks for interrupting. Anyway, the thing is that the bug fixes that I actually put in actually mean that some of the intended cutscenes that you were supposed to get while traveling in the overworld, originally they would not actually spawn. In order to actually make them happen, you had to you had to use the developer console in order to trigger them, in order to get some of these more rare cutscenes. This is the sword in the stone, although it's the axe in the stump. One that they put in here. It's something of an Easter egg, but before it literally was not even mapped to trigger ever.
God.
But anyway, so I don't know that this is necessarily cursed. I'm just like, well, awestruck villager. Okay. Axameter. Okay. Can I do it?
She did it! Make her be praised. She is the one you prophesied. You are destined to be the ruler of all Thedas. Hail to the queen! Hail! What? Pulling some half-drunk logger's axe from a tree is no basis for a system of government. But the good sir has such a regal manner. What? How do you mean? For one thing, she hasn't got dung all over her. Ah, that's a fair point.
Hi, Monty Python reference.
I was gonna fucking say.
Oh my god. The wolves run out, and then it's like, whoever pulls out the axe shall rule all of Ferelden.
Supreme executive power is derived from a mandate from the masses, not from some farcical aquatic ceremony.
Also, I love that we have fucking Terna Kuzland over here as one of the villagers.
God.
Can I talk to any of you? Can I talk to you? No? Can I talk to you? No, I can't talk to any of you. Alright, you're just here to stand in a semicircle forever around this stump.
They're far too invested in working out their new system of government here, in their ring around the rosy, as it were.
Examiner. +4 damage against dragons. Also lucky. Okay. Alright. Okay!
Shut up, little kid!
What, can I not go down the return path? Okay.
Also, go watch Hilda.
Yes.
For anyone who's not seen Hilda, go fucking watch Hilda.
Anyway, with that little foray into the what the fuckery. Summon the holy hand grenade!
Yes.
Exactly, Shay Dude.
Uh,
Alright, I think this is gonna load into a cutscene. Okay, no, it's not. Wait. Oh, okay, we're gonna start in the forest. Well, okay then. Alright, I guess we're gonna take the long... why did it take that long? How did we get interrupted on our trek back when we were literally just in the ruins, and now we're in a different part of that same fucking area? How does this work?
magic. it's a fantasy story, so anything can be explained away with magic.
All right, logician, we get it. You're bitter and
Am I
bitter.
wrong, though?
I mean, not everything is explained away by magic. Some of it is explained by bad coding.
All right, explain to me the Eagles, then.
Get nerfed.
It is done. Zathrian has banished all traces of cursed blood from the hunters. It is too bad that Zathrian had to die. I felt it when he departed. I think he was ready to go.
Well, let's see. He was a hero in the end, Lanaya.
It will be
Was he,
difficult
though?
to fill Zathrian's
Shh.
shoes. He was our keeper for many centuries, and he will be sorely missed. But I am keeper now. Let me say it officially then. I hereby swear to uphold the terms of the ancient contract our people formed with the Grey Wardens. Call, and we shall come, with great speed and purpose, and we shall strike at your foes. This I swear.
Okay, well, they're not exactly my foes. They're also your foes because they're the Darkspawn, and they plan to. They kind of threaten all of creation here. So, I mean,
Yeah, like when you've got zombies who can summon and control demons, I'm pretty sure that's everyone's problem.
Larks. I thought that was honestly. That ends up being like an accidental perfect role-playing moment.
I mean, here's the thing. I would love to do some voice acting for a mod for this game, just to fuck with things.
That's actually possible. There's a lot of, like, people have created, like, extended mods of extended quest lines and extra characters and all sorts of things. So it's not actually impossible, it's just that, unfortunately, the modding community around Dragon Age Origins has somewhat died down since it's been like 10 years since this game came out, 11 years since this game came out.
That'll do it.
And the thing is that, was he a hero in the end? Not exactly. He basically just stopped being a total asshole. But I think that in some ways it's kind of important to know that the people that you cared about still made the right decision. I think that it is a heroic act to turn back from a decision that you convinced yourself of. I think that it can be heroic to finally admit that you were wrong. I think that in the end he ended up doing something that was very self-sacrificing in order to help other people and to let go of his own anger. And I believe that that deserves to be remembered more than his connection to the curse. Shush, sweetie, we need them. Anyway, thank you, Lanaya.
It has been a long time since the Dalish marched to war, but I trust that in the end, we shall make a difference for you.
Probably not. I don't really use you for much. Usually I end up kind of like, calling you in for like one area. I think it's in the... Well, I'm not going to spoil that, but I think I use you for one area and it's not for very long.
We are working hard to make enough equipment for all of the hunters. Our armaments will be superior to anything else you find on the battlefield.
Okay. I found some ironbark for you.
Truly? Let me see. Yes, that is indeed ironbark, and a substantial quantity of it as well. Well done. An agreement is an agreement, and I will craft something from this wood for you. What would you like? A bow? Or perhaps a breastplate?
Hi, Crack Fox Jr. It's been a while since we've seen each other, I think. I know that you've been in a couple of streams, but even so, hi. Honestly, I don't really... I think both would be more appropriate. No, neither. I'm sure your clan needs it more than I do.
I must admit I'm surprised to witness such generosity from an outsider. You have my thanks, and the thanks of my clan for this gift. I will not allow your generosity to go without at least some reward. Come, I shall make something of the wood you bring.
Alright, but I just said I don't need anything, so...
I've reformed the wood to my will. It is but a small token of our gratitude, but take it with my blessing.
I have reformed the wood to my will. Well, that's a fancy way of saying I just gave someone a blowjob. Anyway, or hand job would be more appropriate.
Well, and there he is. Dinner and a show.
I love that his apprentice is face palming after that.
I imagine he doesn't want anyone to see his face after being involved in that.
I mean, he has had his wood reformed to the will.
Wind in the willows,
You're
indeed.
working hard to make enough equipment for all of the hunters. I am no
merchant, but I sell things.
Sorry, Larks.
What? Oh, God. Alright, I don't need these. I've had a whole bunch of things that belonged to your people. Is it okay if I just sell it right back to you? Yeah, we're good? Okay, awesome.
Also, sorry about your tea, Mel.
Yes.
I love how we managed to get, like, several spit takes simultaneously.
Well, I mean, someone had to spit.
I mean...
What are you... Why? Actually... Verathorn's amulet. Kind of worthless to me.
Oh, they'll have to catch me first, Mel.
I'm calling the police!
Is that a weed?
Hey, Griffin, is that a weed?
Call...
I'm calling the police!
911, what's your emergency?
911, what's your emergency? Okay.
And of course, as sirens start ringing outside my apartment.
Of course, because my timing manages to infect you, too. Okay, why were you drinking garlic dipping sauce, Tucker?
I think the better question is, why didn't you bring enough for the rest of the class?
I mean, honestly, I could have used that with, like, my pizza earlier this week, so you're just kind of mean.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think I need to sell that, so that's fine. But the emerald ring has no purpose for me. You manipulated it to your will, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, let's get all of the health poultices because my team is full of shit.
They call him the Weed Bender.
Alright, you can... not. You cannot. I should probably...
You cannot recover.
I should probably actually brew some lyrium potions at the rate that I've been needing them. Ooh, a backpack.
I mean that's about how it works in Portland, Tucker.
I'm calling the... Is that a police? I'm calling the weed. Is that a police? No, it's just a baton. I'm calling the weed.
Boy.
This has been demonetized several times over.
You know you're living in a liberal city when, like, Antifa gets a police escort.
I mean...
So
let's see. Let's use some books that I just got. Let's use that. Tome of the Mortal Vessel. And let's, where's the other book? Tome of Skill and Sundry. Yay! Yay! Okay, let's see. Yeah, that should... Well, let's do that too. And now I have 2 specialization points. Yeah, oh gosh, already? Well, I'm gonna wait until I actually ask Gwen to teach me how to be a spirit healer first. I think, or is it that you get that from a book? What? Why are you shouting in my ear, random Dalish person? But I did unlock Arcane Warrior technically, so... they were magic power through their weapons and bodies. The magic score to satisfy the strength requirement to equip higher level weapons and armor. So, yeah, that's one I'm going to be taking. And I may as well just take Spirit Healer now. She would. Okay, I need to actually get some skills in survival. Yeah. Because I want to be able to save that Hala. Oh, Spirit Healer and Arcane Warrior. Cool. Alright, Combat Magic, Fade Shroud. That's actually really useful. But I'm going to focus on Group Heal because I need to pick up the slack where Wynn isn't healing people. Is that a magic? I'm calling the Templars!
I mean...
Also, if you do that, I'm killing you.
Haha, she's not joking.
I mean, I'm not actually going to kill you. I don't have a way to do so. Plus, I'm not actually a physically violent person. But I will be very disappointed in you.
You missed some bullshit, Don.
Hi, Don! You missed some things.
Some magical gay old times.
Some magical gay old times.
Hey.
No. Well, fine. Just what? No! I did not mean to cast that!
You're attacking the darkness!
I'm drawing the death siphon around all of these people who have been dying recently. Is that a mode? It's a mode. I'm not gonna do that. I don't need to absorb the life of people who are dying.
It's a mode and a mood.
Alright, well, those are words you just said.
Mm-hmm. And they can never be unsaid.
I understand we will be joining you in battle as soon as the hunters have recovered. I look forward to it.
You sound like it. You sound like you really look forward to it. Alright, so I can probably save here. You missed a ye old hand job. Boy, that's a statement.
So, what would you do if someone...
What? Say your thing now.
I feel so bad for Dawn, because now they have to figure out what the fuck is going on. I mean, on the bright side, they can watch the video later, but...
Yes. Also, it's banter, so shoosh.
That they loved you.
Check their eyesight first, perhaps. Is this someone I should know about?
No, I mean, pretend you're a woman.
I am a woman, Alistair. That shouldn't be too hard, but I'll give it a try.
Oh, that's not what I meant. Just pretend you're another woman. Someone told you that they loved you. How would you react?
Well, that depends. Does this someone just blurt it out? Do I love them back? I need context.
I don't know if you love him back. Maybe you do. You've spent a lot of time with this person.
Perhaps you need to wait for the right moment. You could get her alone in camp. Give her a gift, perhaps.
Oh, I wasn't talking about me. Just, forget I said anything.
As you wish.
Okay, sorry. That was so sweet.
This has been Love Life Advice from Buckethead. Thanks for coming.
How about you... So, you can actually see that the blight on the map has actually extended even further now. You can see it leaking up past Lothering and so every mission that we actually finish ends up being basically... Oh, that's because I clicked on this one instead of this one, that's why. Anyway, ends up being another progression of the plot and another progression of the Darkspawn invasion. So that's why I ended up in the forest, was because I was dumb. Anyway, let's go back to camp.
To get that gift.
No. He already gave me a gift anyway, it was the rose.
True.
Dumb!
For a second I thought you just called them dumb. Dumb! Wow, and I thought Motorbike Chan was mean to him.
I mean...
Also, you're not wrong, Mel.
Yeah. Basically, if there's a way to flirt with something, I will probably do it.
Yeah.
What's on your mind?
Why did the spirit choose to help you?
I have always had an affinity for the spirits of the Fade. As a child, I never feared my dreams because I knew they were there.
What about demons?
I could sense the demons, too, and their presence frightened me. It was the kind of spirits of the
that's a
Fade
different story in and of
that
itself.
I've always been able to feel the spirits, even if I never saw them. And as I nurtured my talent in the circle, I became more sensitive. I began to notice every time I was in the Fade, whether it was in a dream or in magical practice, that I was being watched.
No. Motorbike Chan is when I was talking to the Thumb, the dog, and where Griffin was, there was someone on their motorbike who just roared on past. And, of course, he naturally joked about the motorbike having hit the dog. And I was like, no. It has become so much more wholesome since then.
Yeah, and I forget who it was, but someone in the chat coined the term motorbike Chan.
Uh-huh. So, Motorbike Chan. My dog, you know what, at some point, I feel like when I get to DA2, I need to name the dog Motorbike Chin.
Yes, you do. It's their child.
Motorbike Chin.
Spawn of Thumb and Motorbike Chan.
Okay. Anyway, back to serious moment. Do spirits watch people like that?
I suppose they must. It is these benevolent spirits that create our dream worlds in the Fade. Sometimes I would see it, a glowing, nebulous form. Most times I would just feel its presence, gentle and comforting, but somehow alien. I think it is a spirit of faith. They have never been seen before, and perhaps I am wrong. But something tells me I'm not. It always felt like the same entity. This one spirit was curious about me, and was guarding me, for want of a better word.
Mel, you are not a laughingstock. You are a delight and a treasure.
If nothing else, I'm glad we can give people who watch this stream a reason to just kick back, relax, and let out a good few laughs.
Yeah, she has perfect eyeshadow, not helped by the fact that I have a glowing stick attached to my back.
I mean, if there's anything that's gonna cast shadows that deep.
You mean it protected you?
There were times when I was in the Fade that it seemed to stretch forth to shield me, keeping me safe. And I think it gave me strength in my most terrible battles, Ostagar being one of them.
And also in your fight with Petra's demon.
I don't know why I was chosen. Perhaps it knew that there was something more that lay in store for me. I like to think that I was given a rare chance, and I'm going to make the best of the time so generously given to me.
I'm glad you think traveling with me is worthy of your time.
I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. That is not the death for me. And so I will fight alongside the Grey Warden, and help prepare her for the task that is yet before her. So you had better listen to me, because I swear, if I should fall before the end and you don't seem to be doing things properly, I'll get up again to give you a good finger-wagging.
So the one Grey Warden, Alistair's also a Grey Warden. You're not going to help him? I'll hold you to that promise.
You know, I think you'll be all right, even without my help.
Why is the same Cocoon Protector from the Sloth Demon's Nightmare? Well, I mean, and this is a good question. I think that that's because it has actually been integrated with her at this point. I mean, I don't want to necessarily spoil things that happen later, but there does seem to be a thing that whenever a spirit literally joins with your physical body and you're still there, that part of that entity's original identity sort of kind of falls away a little bit. Some of their powers are reduced or they're limited by their physical limitations at that point. Yeah. And as J-Dude has said, at this point, it is serving as a battery fuel to keep her alive. So, you know, her power, her being alive is literally the extent of the power that the spirit is able to exert, outside of the occasional moments where Wynn uses it to try and cast other spells. Anyway, so I'm going to save, because I try to do that after every conversation so I don't have to reload it if I make a mistake.
What's on your mind?
Pardon me.
Nothing. I shouldn't have disturbed you. Not with this glowing stick on my back. These cutscenes are so much worse when I do that.
What's on your mind?
Okay. Is there something we can do to cure you?
Cure me? What, am I sick now?
Yes, of old mom disease. You're a little dead.
Even you know that you cannot cure the dead. And I'm not the only one dying. You are too. I'm just more efficient about it. Ah, child. Your concern is heartwarming. But death comes to everyone, and it is not something to fear.
I don't fear death. It's the dying that scares me. Anyway.
I mean...
You're not afraid?
People fear not death, but having life taken from them. Many waste the life given to them, occupying themselves with things that do not matter. When the end comes, they say they did not have time enough to spend with loved ones, to fulfill dreams, to go on adventures they only talked about. But why should you fear death if you are happy with the life you have led? If you can look back on everything and say, yes, I am content, it is enough.
So short version, Dawn, when right before Evelyn actually met her, she was attacked by a demon, or, well, someone else was attacked and she stepped in to protect them. However, it ended up being the last energy of her life and she kind of collapsed. But then a spirit showed up and actually sort of, like, came into her, like, you know, like, it merged with her, and she was able to wake back up and be alive. But unfortunately, the spirit's power to keep her alive is kind of slowly waning anyway. So she is effectively already dead, but her mind and body are still alive by the power of this spirit.
Yeah.
And also, yes, bye, Tucker. Thank you for
Have a
coming
good
to
one.
watch. Are you content?
I think I've led a good life, a full life, and I, for one, am not afraid of death, whatever it may bring. They say that when you die, your spirit travels through the Fade and returns to the Maker. And after that, we'll see, won't we?
I guess we will see. As a side note, I also found it interesting that they had the Lady of the Forest refer to Zathrian as her maker. There seems to be a sort of microcosm, given that the people of this world refer to God as the Maker. And there's a lot of implications that things are not as simple as they seem in regards to the nature of the Maker.
Yeah.
What's on your mind?
Do you have any regrets at all?
I try not to dwell too much on the mistakes of my past, of which there are many. I would go quite mad if I did that. But I do have one regret. The greatest misstep of my life, made even more grave because it had dire consequences for someone else.
And all along I thought you were perfect. No. What did you do?
Years ago, I was assigned as mentor to a lad, Anarin. He was my first apprentice. Anarin was an elf, raised in one of the elven alienages, and he was very mistrustful of humans, especially humans in authority.
But the mages treat elves and humans, or I can see how this would be this could be trouble.
What Anarin needed was time. Time to get used to his new home. Time to emerge from his shell, so we could build a rapport. I gave him no such time. I was young and arrogant. He is a mage, I thought. He needs to grow up and act like one. I expected too much from him, too quickly. I gave no consideration to his origin or his feelings, and he retreated further from me. All I could think of was how stubborn he was, how he was throwing away all his talent and his potential, just to be difficult.
I mean, and that absolutely makes sense that they're not going to actually answer whether or not the Maker exists, because that becomes itself a sort of commentary. But regardless of whether or not the Maker exists, there's still a question about what the Maker's intent was in all of this. It's hard to know, and all that we really know is that the place that's supposed to be the Maker's throne has been long abandoned and consumed by the very blight that then was returned to the world in the form of Darkspawn.
Yeah.
And the thing is that there is a hint that comes later from someone who was there, who says it was already blackened before we got there. Welcome back, Tucker.
Yeah.
So there's obviously like anything else that gets passed down over millennia, over thousands of years, there's obviously a lot of questions about what actually happened. Probably a grain of truth in what has been distilled over the years, but there's sort of like a game of telephone at play. How much of the truth ended up coming through?
Yeah.
The Maker is supposedly just God, but there's also some other questions about the very nature of the God of this realm. That's all. Anyway. That just seems so unlike you.
Oh, age and wisdom have mellowed me. I was quite different back then. Much more unforgiving. You cannot plant crops in the cold, wintry ground. You cannot teach a student who is closed off and unresponsive. Patience is what is needed, and I learned that too late to help him.
Well, there are questions about every god, but the problem is, and this is actually kind of an eyebrow-raising moment, so there's also lore around the existence of the Dalish gods, and without spoiling too much, we are definitely getting evidence that they actually existed. That they are actually individuals that did exist at one point, and that there's also a grain of truth to the legends around them, but it's another case of the story is considerably more fabricated than we are originally led to believe. That there are, again, a lot of details that have been lost to time, and a lot of the subtle stuff ended up kind of getting lost in translation.
Yeah.
So, I will say that the thing that makes my eyebrows raise a little bit is that, of course, when you have the implied pagan belief system, the one with multiple deities and all of that stuff, is implied to be less real and less confirmable than a singular monotheistic entity having created everything. God of this game is Alistair. Well, in the tent, maybe. Anyway. It's hard to know. It's hard to know what the truth is. It is hard to know. But anyway. What happened to Anarin?
Anarin ran away from the circle one night. I had berated him over some trivial, ridiculous matter that I no longer remember. I drove him away because of something utterly unimportant. He was a child, 14 at the time of his leaving. They had his phylactery, and they hunted him down.
I'm going to say, Crackfox Jr., I know that we make some pretty heavy jokes in here. I would like to ask that we dial it back a little bit when it comes to the sexy stuff, just a smidge. Not that I don't appreciate the humor, I clearly do, but let's be careful about not continuing to push those limits if we can.
Yeah.
Anyway, why didn't they just bring him back to the tower?
They called him Maleficar, a mage who practices forbidden magic, deserving of death. He was a child, misunderstood and lost. I begged the Templars to tell me if he suffered, if they gave him a quick death. I got no answers from them. I was his mentor, and they wouldn't even tell me what became of him.
I mean, I made the joke earlier, Tucker, but... I mean, hey, if you would like to support me financially, you can always like, comment, and subscribe on all of my videos. Yes, subscribe on all of my videos. Genuinely, liking and commenting does actually boost the YouTube algorithm. The more direct way to support me would be to go on Patreon. And I will say, for example, even just the $1 tier gets you early access to all videos going up on the channel, as well as the ability to vote on games that I'm streaming on Sundays. So, because the Dragon Age games are going to be a while, but basically you get the chance to vote on games as I stream them. And higher tiers, of course, get things like access to the Discord server that I have set up, the private Patreon Discord server. And there's other little benefits behind the scenes stuff, little like scripts, preview panels, artwork, illustrations, concept art, etc., etc. But that's where the most monetization that I'm getting is not from the channel itself, but from the Patreon. So there's a nice little nudge in that direction. Obviously, it is not a required thing. Anyway, to this conversation. It's not your fault, Wynne.
I should have known better. I had the best mentors. They were kind, compassionate. Why didn't I learn from them? I failed in Aaron. All I had to do was listen to him. He would try to talk to me, and I would tell him to concentrate on his spells. He talked about the alienage sometimes. And the Dalish. He always talked about looking for the Dalish elves.
Maybe he did find the Dalish.
The Templars are well trained and thorough. That he still lives, it would be a vain hope. The apprentices that came after Anarin benefited greatly from the lessons I learned from him. In a sense, he was my teacher, and I his student.
That's very sweet, Tucker. I actually really appreciate the consideration. But I always say, never at your own financial risk. Like, I mean, that's why I say that's why I always put the emphasis on, like, the $1. Because $1, like, you know, if you would, instead of buying a 20-ounce soda for yourself, you want to chip that my way. Actually, that's closer to, like, $2 nowadays. Jesus. Anyway, if you buy yourself a can of soda... Maybe buy me a can of soda, you know? Yeah, it was terrible, J-Dude, that what they did to Wynne, but yes. This is getting maudlin. Then maybe his sacrifice was worthwhile.
And there it is. My story. My one greatest regret.
Wynne approves +2. And new quest! Yay! New quest has been activated.
What's on your mind?
Let's see.
I will answer to the best of my ability.
How did you become a mage? How did you become a mage? You're kind of born that way, Evelyn. You would know.
You might be wondering how I got here.
It is genuinely very sad. There's a lot of tragedy in these games.
People don't become mages. They are born mages.
I know. I am a mage.
Just surfaces later. But you are asking how I ended up at the Circle. I was brought there by the Templars, just like many of the other apprentices. I don't remember very much. I was very young then.
I know, because I'm also a mage, but for some reason I'm asking questions that I should actually already know the answer to. How did they know you were a mage? Again, Evelyn!
I set a boy on fire.
I bet he deserved it, too.
Oh, yes, he did. He was the eldest son of the woman who took me in. I don't think he ever liked me. I didn't have a family. I never knew my real parents. My earliest memory was of hiding in a hayloft on a farm, trying to keep warm. I was found and the farmer's wife was kind enough not to send me away. But they had children of their own, and I was never made to feel welcome. The eldest son was the worst. He was always calling me a stray, and throwing anything he could get his hands on at me. And I don't know how it happened, but one day, he just found his hair on fire. Fortunately, there was a large trough nearby.
Oh, yeah. Well, I set a boy on fire. That would absolutely be how I would say it. Yeah, how did I discover I was a mage? I set a boy on fire.
I mean...
And I mean, that is good reasoning, Tucker. I mean, I will say, everyone has their vices. I would love it if more people who are currently dealing with some kind of tobacco or nicotine addiction could step away from it. I mean, for example, vaping might be safer, but, like, I still kind of go, it keeps you addicted, and that's the point. But generally speaking, I appreciate the consideration in general, because I know that it's not always an easy thing, even just $1 a month. Yeah. Fireball Queens, Win and Evelyn, absolutely right. Serves him right.
He ran screaming, dripping head and all, to his mother. I was shut up in the barn, with a bowl of water and a crust of hard bread. The Templars arrived several mornings later.
What a terrible experience for a child.
The barn kept me safe from the village children and the stones they would hurl at me. I was afraid, yes, but it could have been much worse. I'll never forget the moment the Templars led me into the entrance hall of the tower. I had never seen anything so grand in my life. I stopped being afraid then. I knew I was home.
Little did you know it was just a prettied up prison. I'm not going to have that conversation. I mean, her honest response is I hated the place the minute I laid eyes on it, but she's going to go with the diplomatic. That's a great story.
Well, that's about all there is to my tale. That's how I came to the circle.
It's been a while since I left the tower.
It has been almost a year.
What?
Do you miss the tower at all?
Has it been almost a year?
Huh.
It's, okay, there is an implied passage of time. I think that the overall it's supposed to be like a year from the time the Blight started to when you actually finish the game. But I guess it depends, because there could be the implied amount of time between Duncan being at the tower versus, you know, when you actually arrive in Ostagar. There could be like a couple of months in between there. Yeah, I think... Yeah, okay, yeah, if you triggered early, it's like, I
mean,
do I miss the tower at all? The thing is that it's a mixed bag, because Evelyn is definitely happy to be free of the tower, but it was her home. And when she was there, she did thrive, but she also hated the system. So there's always going to be like that melancholy of like, where I grew up, my hometown, I didn't really like it. The home that I was in, I didn't like it, but, you know, I have my sentimental nostalgia for certain things about it. But anyway, I'm going to go with, truthfully, she doesn't like it, but, well, hello, what was that? Hey, thank you for subscribing.
Hey.
Hey. Anyway, I need to change those macros. Every time that happens, I realize I need to change this, and then I never do. I'm gonna make my own goddamn animation, and I'm gonna pop it in there, and it's gonna be cool.
I was gonna say the zombie isn't exactly becoming of you where you're content.
Isn't it though?
Well, I mean, it is, but it isn't.
Yeah, lifetime. Yeah. Yes. It was my home for so long.
You can take a mage out of the circle, but you can't take the circle out of the mage. Or so Irving used to say. He was joking, but there is some truth to the statement. A mage never really leaves the circle, and for the rest of your life you will be seen as a circle mage.
But I'm a Grey Warden now.
But you will always be a mage, especially in the eyes of others. You represent both mages and Grey Wardens, and your actions may reflect well or badly on both groups. Remember that.
I will try. Thank you for the advice.
Oh, but listen to me go on. You start a conversation, and I just run away with it, don't I?
Kind of. I'm glad you take the time to counsel me.
I've been mentoring apprentices for so long, it's become something I do unconsciously. I don't know if I could stop even if I wanted to.
I mean, yeah, you can get the feast day gifts actually to max him out really early. Any of the characters really can be maxed out early.
What's on your mind?
Something about the
I
circle?
will answer to the best of my ability.
Okay, nothing. So that's done. And you may notice there is now another emissary here. Emissary Karen of the Dalish Elves.
You witnessed the rarest of things, Warden. The Dalish stand ready to defend Ferelden.
Do you need anything?
We have assembled on a short schedule. Certain factors of equipment could be better. Crafting components would serve best. Basic ones like elf root and deep mushroom.
So, and again, the more that I can gather things like runes and like for the, runes for the mages, and elf root and deep mushroom, and I think death root, works for the Dalish Elves. It actually boosts their ability to do certain things, during the final battle when you start calling them to your aid. Without any spoilers as to how that goes down.
You are not quite as callow as I thought. That is unexpected.
Hi, Sten. Callow. You thought I was callow?
You sound surprised. You must have heard this before. You'll get over it. Eventually.
This feels like a conversation that the Logician would have with Lorelei at some point.
I mean...
You're not quite as dumb as I originally thought.
Where's the lie?
I mean, again, given that they are introduced by her having cracked his goddamn code.
Yeah.
Cal. Anyway. Why did I let you out of that cage again? So, will you tell me now why you were caged?
I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware.
Again, I still cannot believe that the voice actor looks nothing like how this voice sounds.
I mean...
He looks like Alistair.
It's almost as if he's a voice actor.
I mean, I suppose you would know about sounding nothing like how you would actually look.
I mean...
Yeah, you can create an elderly warden, but they're like, you're still young. And it's like, I'm older than you. Let's see. Exactly, or what do you mean by a weak mind?
That is complicated. I told you before that I was sent here. I was not sent alone. I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad. They came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the darkspawn. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell.
That sounds like what happened to me at Ostagar.
I heard the stories of Ostagar. Your kith stood their ground when others fled. No one can do more than that. I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke, I was no longer among my brothers, and my sword was gone from my hand.
What did you do?
I searched for it, and when that failed, I asked my rescuers what had become of it.
Did the farmers know where it was?
They said they found me with nothing.
And then?
I killed them. With my bare hands. I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down.
That's terrible.
I know I cannot justify what I have done. My honor is forfeit. That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was set into the Beresad. I was to die wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Ferelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arishok, I would be slain on sight by the Antam. They would know me as soulless, a deserter. No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath.
Couldn't you search for it?
If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now.
Where did you fight the Darkspawn?
Near Lake Callanhad.
Don't worry. We'll find it.
Perhaps those words are empty, but thank you all the same.
Sten approves plus 16. I think that is one of the largest gains that you can actually get in this game for Sten. Well, I mean after they patched that infinite feedback approval loop that I used to exploit the fuck out of. I mean, I think you could even go back to my earlier playthroughs of the game where I do exactly that.
What do you mean used to? You did the last time I saw you playing the game in person.
Exploiting the approval loop. I haven't done that because they patched it out. Anyway.
You called.
Okay, I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Oh, okay. Do you find Ferelden very strange?
To put it lightly, no one has a place here. Your farmers wish to be merchants. The merchants dream of being nobles, and the nobles become warriors. No one is content to be who they are.
Is there anything you like about Ferelden?
There is interesting food here. You have a thing. It doesn't have a word in the Kunari tongue. Little baked things like bread, but sweet and crumbly.
I feel like this is just actually the logician at this point.
I mean...
He's like, yeah, I don't like anything about it. No one actually knows their place. No one knows, you know, what they actually want to do with their life. Is there anything you like? Well, you guys have interesting food.
I mean...
The sword is celebrated and paraded through the streets. Kunari are very interesting. Cookies?
Yes, we have no such things in our lands. This should be remedied.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue. I think you're right. Cookies should be everywhere. You sound a bit homesick.
Perhaps. It's strange to be in a crowd and hear a language that is not your own. To see faces that are and aren't like yours. I miss the smells of Saharon. Tea and incense and the sea. Ferelden smells of wet dogs.
You're not wrong. You left out rotting garbage.
True. I was trying to forget that part. Shall we move on?
Don't the Kunari ever want to change their lot in life?
What does that accomplish? The farmer who buys a shop is never a merchant. He is always a farmer turned merchant. He carries his old life with him as a turtle carries its shell.
That makes the turtle stronger, but, like, he might be happier, but I don't think Sten values happiness very much. So, but that makes the turtle stronger.
Does it? It's also his weakness. If he stumbles and falls over, it pins him on his back. It is better to armor yourself with no more than what you need. One life, one duty.
You don't think happiness is important?
You can learn to find it in doing your duty, in serving your people. There is no need to search for it. Shall we move on?
Let's go.
As you wish.
And he approves plus 12. Well, huge fucking gains of approval there, I guess.
I guess.
Alright. Take care, Tucker.
Have a good one.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
I'm sure...
I don't want to actually hear you talk. Sorry, I was talking to him, not you.
I was gonna say.
I don't want to hear you talk, Griffin. I just invite you here constantly to join me and be conversational partners with me.
Boy.
The spell word, okay. Yeah, I don't think I need that. I think I tried to sell it earlier. Okay, so there's a lot of runes that are here now. Golden rope necklace, a lot of other gifts that... Oh yes, the uncrushable pigeon. This is if you want Shale to hate you, you can give them the uncrushable pigeon. They do not take well to that.
I mean, I would imagine not.
Let's see. Did I should have picked up special gift. Okay. So saving because I don't know why. Okay. Never mind. I'll get to that in a second, but I just realized that the way I give you gift is not by talking to you, but... Oh god, I've literally never taken you out in the party, have I? Anyway. Dalish gloves.
Gloves? You're giving me gloves? What for?
Now that's gratitude for you. I thought you might like them?
I did not mean to sound ungrateful. It is just...
Wait, these are Dalish, are they not? My mother was Dalish, and had a pair very similar to these.
The leather was less thick, and it had more embroidery, but these are very close, and quite handsome.
You're giving me gloves? What the fuck, Warden? It was not cheap. You found them in a fucking chest, Evelyn. Anyway. Let's see. It was nothing.
Still, I appreciate the fact that you even thought of me. No one has simply given me a gift before. Thank you.
Yes, I have. And that's one of his special gifts. Yeah, so... I gave you a fucking gold bar, I think. No one has simply given me a gift before. Oh, okay. Fine. Do you give me gloves? Oh, would you look at that fabric? Alright, let's see if this...
What is your desire?
Uh-huh. Can answer some questions.
All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
What is your opinion of the Dalish?
I know little enough of the Dalish other than the fact that my mother was one, or so I was told. She had fallen in love with an elven woodcutter and accompanied him back to the city, leaving her clan behind for good. And there, of course, the woodcutter died of some filthy disease and my mother was forced into prostitution to pay off his debts. Oldest tale in the book.
I mean, of course, that's just so common. So you're an assassin and a son of a whore. Severin, that's terrible.
Is it? It seemed normal enough a tale growing up. No different than the other elven boys in the whorehouse. I didn't know my mother either, of course. She died giving birth to me. My first victim, as it were. We were all raised communally by the whores. It was a happy enough existence, ignoring the occasional beating. Until eventually I was sold to the crows. I brought a good price, so I hear.
I'm so sorry for you, Zevran.
Ah, compassion and beauty both in the same woman. It is a delight, truly, though what you say is unnecessary, even if it is appreciated. It could have been much worse. Shall I tell you about what happened to the other whorehouse boys who did not fetch a decent price with the crows? Surely your life has not been so idyllic. People like you and I are not the product of happy lives of contentment, after all.
Huh. You can say that again.
My original point is that my mother's Dalish nature was always a point of fascination for me. Through all the years of my crow training, the one thing of my mother's that I possessed was a pair of gloves.
Oh, okay.
They were of Dalish make, I knew that much. And beautiful.
We were not allowed such things, of course, and eventually they were found and taken. I'm thankful you found a pair so much like them.
But how do you feel about the Dalish in general? Like, has there been no joy in your life at all?
Oh, there has been plenty. To tell the truth, it is because I expected nothing more. Still, even I eventually thought that it would be better for me if I ran off to join the famous Dalish when one of their clans drew near Antiva city. Naturally, the reality did not live up at all to the fantasies I had constructed as a boy, staring at those gloves. But such is life. Come, enough talk of the Dalish. Let us move on.
And he approves +5. I'm just trying to, again, run out the options.
What is your desire?
Can you answer some questions?
All right, but I get to stare at you.
Let's just move on.
What is your desire?
Something personal?
Oh, this should be good. What would you like to discuss?
You must have quite a history. With women, I mean.
This could be a sensitive topic, my dear lady. Are you sure you wish to voyage there?
I asked, didn't I?
As you wish. Let me start by saying that my history is varied, indeed. It has also not been restricted to women. Does that offend you?
Should it?
Perhaps. That is entirely up to you. I grew up amongst whores, my dear. Sex is best when done well, and truly, that is my only rule. Do I prefer women? Yes, I believe I do. But you must understand that a certain open-mindedness is sought by the crows in their recruits, for very good reasons.
And I like that technically there are two, bi characters in this game. And I like that they touch on that. I'm kind of ambiguous about this. I like that they touch on the idea that you can be bi and still be attracted to more than one gender. Like, you can be attracted more to one gender than another. But it is a spectrum in itself. But I don't like that they're implying that the only reason why he might be attracted to men is because of quote-unquote open-mindedness. But generally speaking, if you're playing a male warden, it's basically him saying, yeah, I would do you. I mean, he says that from the start anyway. Your tepid bisexuality, yep. I think I understand.
This is a new path I am on now. It would be interesting to see where it leads. Already it has been many new things. I cannot change my past, obviously. I regret far more than the men and women I have been with, and if that is more than you can bear, well, then it is good we know now, yes?
It doesn't bother me, Zevran. Or, well, we all have a past, don't we?
Just so. Ah, enough talk of the past. It is what lies ahead that is important, no?
And he approves +7. I'm wondering at what point it actually pushes it to the point where a character starts confronting you over playing the field, so to say. Also, since last time, Alistair did the whole, last time we were in camp, Alistair did the whole, hey, I love you, let's start making out thing.
Your desire is a command.
And that statement as well.
Yes.
I'd like to discuss something private.
Well, we're in camp. Now's as good a time as any to talk, right?
So, you can always invite him to join you in your tent, but now I have unlocked the ability to kiss him. After a certain point in the romances with any of your companions that you are romancing, you can actually, in camp, kiss them at any time.
Oh, you want to right now? Well, who am I to refuse?
And then you get awkward kissing noises, which are really loud compared with the music. Alright, I guess we're fine. That's good.
Love.
I mean, that is actually kind of what it sounded like.
I mean, I figured this out years ago, but the best way to ruin any romantic kiss is just to put in sound effects of the Heavy from TF2 eating a sandwich.
Okay. You cannot randomly kiss Zevran whenever you want. Yeah, I think that might be even a bug. Oh, God.
I mean, that's kind of our job here, Dawn.
Well...
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed. I'm going to do a thing without Alistair for once. Alright, let's, So last he saw his sword was at Lake Calenhad, so let's go to Lake Calenhad. Probably gonna get interrupted on the way. Maybe? Maybe not. Okay, we're just gonna go to Calenhad, that's fine. Alright. So now that we talked with Sten about the loss of his sword, and oh god, I haven't had him in my party for so long. And I don't have anything to equip him better with. I think I have better armor for him. But not on me. Yeah, okay. Well, let's see. Is that better? It's technically better. So let's put the Warden Commander armor on Sten, because why not? I mean, they're better, so. And do I have any of these that I can put on him? Nature resistance, cold resistance. Earth and cinch. Okay, well, I guess for now, anyway. Anyway, since I have him in party, oh god, and he's got to level up. Oh god. Well, let's do one to... Let's bump that to that. That should be fine. I think he's good for most of this, actually. Requires cunning. I mean... I guess? Oh yeah, that gives him additional slots, which is actually good. Two-handed critical strike, sunder armor, passive, and let's see, destroyer, two-handed sweep. That's good. That's good. Now he is the DPS. So Alistair is the tank, and he is the one who is... Sten is the one who is meant to basically be like, I kill you with one hit. Don't forget my staff.
Back off. I was here first.
You haven't seen a sword lying around here, have you?
Why, you looking to buy one?
Let me see. Okay. No, but my very large angry friend here is.
Oh, is he? Well, that's... see, I'd like to sell you one, but I don't, have any myself. I got part of a glove the wolves didn't chew too badly, though. I think it was a glove, anyway. I know, don't say it. I got cheated. I knew the guy who was here before me. He sold me this spot. Said he found giants and all kind of crazy valuables. He didn't mention that he'd taken everything but the bones and the dirt already. His name's Ferrin. Squirrely little bastard, if you ask me. Which you didn't, but I said it anyway.
Where is he now?
He was going to Orzammar, he said. I imagine he's gotten there by now. If you find him, tell him I sent you. It'll scare the piss out of him.
Quest updated. So we're eventually going to be going to Orzammar anyway. And you're right, I didn't actually re-equip it because, again, cutscenes are a bit awkward when I have it with me, but... Okay, so that's been squared away. I may as well just save while I'm here, I suppose. But you see, we had another quest activated. Gonna go back to camp first. Come on, come on. Load. Dragons were once worshipped. Okay. As I start to read it, of course.
Of course.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
Alright. So... we're gonna go to the Brecilian Forest. Because you may remember that Wynne had just been talking about how her apprentice ended up getting lost. Why is it not responding? Oh, okay. Cutscene, I guess. Oh, good! A bunch of werewolves, even though we cured the werewolves! That's fine.
Don't even worry about it.
They did say that there were, like, other werewolves. Well, I mean, the tank is doing his job.
Welcome to Padding 101.
What? Hey! No, I cast a spell.
Now you're gone?
Werewolf Alpha. I mean, they have actually debunked the concept of alpha wolves and all of that stuff. That literally only happens in cases of captivity. So literally that whole thing that came up with the concept of there being alpha and omega wolves and beta wolves or whatever, within any social wolf group is actually just based on the fact that they introduced a bunch of wolves that were not actually part of each other's lives before that point.
Huh.
You didn't know that?
No, that was news to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was debunked by the very person who did that study in the first place.
I mean, I don't exactly frequently look up wolf facts, so...
Well, it's interesting because it literally means that the entire concept of there being alpha or omega or beta people within a society, the concept especially that keeps getting used, you know, by certain groups that are also incel.
Yeah, the types of people who also came up with the term soy boy.
Yeah, who try to call people beta cucks for not being total dicks. Oh god!
You were the Grey Warden who broke the curse. I demand to know what happened to the werewolves. Where did they go?
Well, I mean...
Which ones are you talking about?
I mean, the ones that just attacked us, they're dead. They're no longer werewolves. The curse was broken.
That makes no difference. Those monsters killed my husband. They killed so many of my people. They have Dalish blood on their hands. If they are human once more, that shall make it all the easier to take vengeance for their crimes. Tell me where they are.
Why do you have like a semi-Bostonian accent there? If they're human once more, that shall make it all the easier. Like, all of a sudden. Okay. Zathrian wanted vengeance too. Look what it did.
It destroyed him. Yes. Perhaps you speak wisely. If they are gone and never return here, then perhaps it is better to let it simply end there. We will go back to the camp then. Thank you for your words. Please accept this small token of my gratitude.
What?
It belonged to my husband, and I cannot carry it any longer.
Thank you for waving your hand in my direction. Yeah, now the thing is that humans don't operate on an alpha, beta, omega structure either. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
We don't operate on that, and if there's anyone who tries to force that point, it is literally completely unnatural to our nature. We do not have a structure where there's an alpha. We do tend to have leaders, but that's often by volition. We are so much more actually a communal species that we have such social dynamics in place that pretty much anyone can step up to lead if we need to.
Oh yeah, just look at like if you take a look at like some of the history of like cave paintings and like the graves set for, you know, like even Neanderthalian species, early proto-humans and just early humans in general were very communal in the way they kept together, how they shared resources, how they split tasks, how they traveled, cared for like the weak. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's pretty much the polar opposite of everything that's shoved down our throats in terms of the American success story.
Uh-huh.
As you desire.
Quite frankly, we would thrive a hell of a lot more if we simply actually let people exist as a community without demanding that there has to be some sort of leader. And that's good if there's an organization, but again, better to set it up with a structure that does not rely on someone telling us what to do all of the time. And here is where no one is surprised that once again I am a socialist. demonetized!
I mean, again, call back to Monty Python. I told you, what an anarcho-syndicist commune.
I mean... Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. I think... Yeah, we need to go back to camp also anyway and talk with... someone. Oh! Okay, these fuckers are here now. Okay. I mean, I guess technically... So here's some Maleficar doing a little rave dance over here in the woods. Hi guys. You good?
You are not welcome here.
I'm here on behalf of the Mages Collective.
Doing the Templars' dirty work for them, eh?
Hi, Greg Ellis.
Templars or mages, it means nothing to us. There is dark power here, and you won't stand in our way.
That loud-ass growl immediately! Oh wow, I somehow got frozen too? Alright. Well.
Now we go into
Yeah, as well as every conflict in this game, Mel.
Basically, yeah. I think that having people who can organize things is a far superior solution than having a dedicated, continuous, for-life position.
Yeah.
Or even just for years at a time. Let's see.
Oh, yeah. Like, again, if you want at least an idea of what a better setup might be, watch that mud farmer clip from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. They actually spell out a feasible system.
Huh. Wait, no, that's better for you. I mean, why not? Anyway, okay, so that wasn't what I came here looking for, but... Oh, well that is. Alright. So, going to save real quick then. Why is he screaming like that? I don't know. Oh, hi! It's... this guy!
Friends, turn back, please. These woods are a danger to those who do not know the paths.
Aneurin?
Wait,
oh, God.
I remember your face. But younger, more impulsive, stern. Wynn?
I thought they had killed you.
They very nearly did. The Templars found me while I was searching for the Dalish. They ran me through and left me for dead.
I brought this on you. Oh, I was a dreadful mentor, harsh and impatient. I am sorry for the way I treated you.
I've put that behind me, and you should too. I didn't fit in with the Templars in your chantry. My path lay elsewhere.
Irving is a reasonable man. He will find some way for you to return. The Circle needs new blood. It needs to change.
I have fond memories of Irving. He was always kind to me. I will consider your proposal, and perhaps I will speak with Irving. However, I promise nothing. Perhaps the mage you seek is right in front of you. The Grey Warden is a mage, no? The Blight will not last forever. Why not look to her to shape the new circle? It is something both of you should think about.
Thank you so much, Crack Fox Jr. That is a very weird thing to say when in gratitude. Crack Fox Jr. feels like it should almost be an insult, but like you're not even Crack Fox Senior. You're like, the junior. Okay. Thank you, though, so much. I really appreciate that.
It sounds like the Cracker Jack brand you'd get at Weenie Hut Jr.
Oh my god. Like more sugar on it or something?
Exactly. With like whipped cream sprayed into the box.
I'd eat it.
I mean, same.
I mean, I know you would.
Yeah.
We could stay longer if you wish it, Wynne.
No, we've spent enough time on my personal affairs. It is time for us to move on.
Look at this. It's the hardened sap of a tree native to this forest. It's been something of a lucky charm for me, and now I want you to have it.
Very well. I'm grateful.
Stop.
May your gods smile on you and Aaron.
And on you.
Yay! Quest completed! Yay! Also, I was losing my shit because she was glowing blue while talking to her. Talking to him. Alright, so I just equipped that. Oh! What? Oh my god!
Damn. Thank you, Skeeto.
Holy shit! Thank you! Oh my god.
Damn.
I'm sorry. Legit, thank you. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be like, oh, thanks, Crack Fox Jr., that's so cute, but just like, holy shit, I'm sorry. God. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I love you, too. You've been a tremendous support already for a very long time, as it is. So it's not necessary, but I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, nice way to show up someone else, but, It's like, no, Mom's love is going to someone else.
I was gonna say, it's time to play Compete for Mom's Love. The Hugger games.
Oh my god, I hate you. You need to write that down.
The Hug Her games.
The Hugger games!
I'm making a note of that.
Please, the Hugger games. Oh god, but yes, shit, thank you. Okay. Alright. So we did that with an Aaron, and okay. Alright, I think... Sorry, that disoriented me. Thank you. Okay, we'll play that game. We'll play the Hug Her game. Yes. You know what, that actually, like, if I really wanted to be facetious about, like, a donation stream at some point, if I ever needed to, because I'm probably going to need to at some point to, again, build my little nest egg for future plans, I could call it that. The Hug Her games.
Yes.
And you know what actually could even be, like, a case where, like, I'm sorry, I'm just, like, actually literally thinking this over. Like, there could be, like, literally a knock people out kind of thing. And not in the sense of donations. I probably would not want to actually make donations in itself a competition. That would be if I was, like, really...
Dance, monkeys, dance!
I wouldn't quite do that. I'm not quite that soulless about it. I appreciate the support, but I'm not going to be like, yes, well, I'm entitled to your money. And kill each other for my sake! With money! That's how this works.
Oh, boy.
All those minutes ago.
Yeah. But honestly, like, big thanks to both of you guys.
Yeah.
Like,
where am I going? I am lost. I got myself turned... You guys are so wonderful, you made me get lost in whatever the hell I was thinking I was doing.
I mean... The money give you a bad case of the vapors.
Pits her fans against each other.
Hey! Oh god, I just realized that was a pun.
Is it?
With the character, I'm getting the vapors, and she's fanning herself.
Well, anyway, there is someone else that I want to talk to. And oh god, this game is getting hard to...
function?
Yeah, it's getting a little laggy.
A bit, I guess. that big a donation will do that.
I mean, it's not even necessarily that, but let's see. Where is the person that I want to talk to?
Quick, everyone, a race to donate as much as you can to make the game break.
Okay, but don't do that. I don't know. I mean, I appreciate, donations. I appreciate the support and all of that, but I really don't want to turn it into something like that. Like, quick, let's break the stream with support. Like, I mean, if we want to do that. Alright, Athras, I think, is the guy we want to talk to.
You have returned. Is there any chance you have news of Delilah?
Not yet, I'm afraid.
But the curse has been lifted, has it not? Delilah could be out there in the forest, returned to her true form.
See, the thing is, I think I talked about this when I passed by her before. If you talk with her, she forces you to kill her. And if you don't, she attacks you. So, like, I literally never talk with her. So that technically she can be freed from the curse. And then I can tell him about it, and he can be like, oh, well. Don't you
God
think...
damn it, Skeeto.
God! What? 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 This man is trying to make me cry.
That's my job.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I'm just trying to play this game and you're destroying all of my emotions. Jesus. Okay. Anyways, I was trying to say, I tried to avoid talking to her because she otherwise forces her death one way or another. Although I will say that even when I tried to make it so that she could have potentially have escaped and turned back and happy ending and all of that stuff, when you get... Okay, so there is a save generator called the Dragon Age Keep, and they do not account for that choice. It is not a flag that they actually allow you to make. So... What?
Skeeto.
Don't you think she would have come back by now?
Perhaps she cannot. She could have a broken leg, or perhaps she is lost. I must look for her. Thank you for doing what you could. Now it falls on me to find her.
I suppose. So, I mean, that's... Quest completed. Athras has gone to seek out Delilah for himself. And the thing is that they really don't... They literally do not give you the option to bring her home happily as a person, as a human, as opposed to a werewolf. Wow, nice job dehumanizing, well, I suppose literally, the werewolves.
So
Hi, Brian.
You...
Yes, hello!
know that I'm a Templar, right?
Hashtag nerf Skeeto.
Jesus, I know, right? I mean, I think he's nerfing himself right now. The more money he sends this way, it's just like, dude, your power lessens slightly. Actually, I mean, for me, your power grows, because, dear God, you actually somewhat broke the stream, because I can't even. But anyway.
It's over $9!
Heard was that you were not, in fact, a Templar. You were trained as one before you became a Grey Warden.
That's right, but I still have all the abilities of one, of course. That doesn't make you nervous.
Should it? I am no apostate. Perhaps you should be directing this question at Morrigan.
She claims not to be afraid of me, or anything, really. But you've had more experience with the Templars than her. I know how mages can sometimes...
The Templars serve a function, and a necessary one. If what has happened at the tower proves anything, it is that we mages can be dangerous, even to ourselves.
That's one way of looking at it.
And regardless, you seem like a decent enough young man. If you decide to slaughter me out of hand, I'm sure you would at least inform me first, no?
Oh, sure. Count on it.
So, Wynn is what you would call, I think, an equitarian in terms of the actual, like, mage colleges that you can belong to. And she does believe that the Templars serve a purpose. Me, not so much. But, like, there's a point to be made that, yes, there needs to be, again, a structure in place, because dealing with magic is a dangerous thing, and in this universe it is legitimately a threat, but...
Yeah.
Oh
Also, Skeeto, don't misunderstand. I think I speak for Laura when I say we're grateful.
Oh, God,
we,
yes.
We want to make sure you're okay, my dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of months.
It is. I mean, if that was an amount that was ever donated, I would cry. I would actually be... I mean... I don't know how to explain how overwhelmed I would be, because it is something that I literally cannot fathom at this point. But I suspect that those funds are not necessarily available at this time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining, Ruknar. It's actually been great having you be here. It's always nice when I have folks join these streams, but yes.
You take care, man.
Well, Crack Fox Jr., if you donate $100,000, then you will definitely at least ascend to senior.
You'll be getting a star on the fridge.
You'll be getting a star on the fridge. You'll be getting a star-shaped fridge. Like, I'm going to send you, like, a literal golden star-shaped fridge. Encoding overloaded. Consider turning down... Okay.
Like, see, now just picture you, like, buying the gold-plated star-shaped fridge, getting inside of it, and then yeeting yourself to Crack Fox's place.
I mean, if I'm going to travel in anything, it's going to have to be refrigerated.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I mean, at least there's that.
Right on, shooting star.
Sorry, I just flashed back to, like, late 90s, early 2000s. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, yes. I was just like, sorry, you... Speaking of brain breaking, anyway. This is about an errand, I assume?
Yes. You led me to an errand. You persisted, even though I was sure all you were going to find was a dead end.
I mean, yes, that is what happens, Skeeto. I'm glad that I could help.
I will never be able to repay you for what you've done for me. Finding an errand allowed me to bring that chapter of my life to a close. I feel free.
Sir Pounce.
Great weight has been lifted off my heart.
Sir Pounce.
This moment, it feels like the moment before the sunrise, when all the world is still, holding its breath, waiting for first light.
That's popcorn.
I can stop thinking about my past and look forward to the future. Thank you, my friend. You will always have my gratitude.
Sorry, my cat has jumped up. And there you go. And what were you hawing about?
No, it's just like, I realized something I might want to do at some point is like an English cover of Right on Shooting Star.
Huh. Well, you need to do more covers anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to write my own lyrics for it, but...
Perhaps. I don't think that that's impossible, however.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you need to do more song covers, or singing in general, and you and I definitely need to get more into the duet thing. Which we keep saying we're going to do, but then I keep, working on other things and going side down on others.
Yeah.
Other paths there. So anyway, yeah, so Wynn has her personal quest finished. And it's actually a thing. Each of the characters do have their personal quests.
Have you given any thought to what Anarin said?
Ah, boy.
In his words, you are a mage, and you could be what the Circle needs most.
Well,
I can't believe
that's a moment.
I love that.
You want to mate?
You want to go, mate?
Oh.
Well, but be careful, Skeeto. He has the power of God and anime on his side.
It reminds me of that scene from Doctor Who when he's telling that He's telling Donna they just wants a camp companion. I just want a mate. And she's like, you just want to mate? He's like, I want a mate, a mate. You're not gonna mate with me, sunshine.
I love that there's like almost oh god, the fucking actual rivalry about the fucking donations. It's
Children, you're both beautiful.
You're both beautiful, but one of you gave me $150, so...
Jesus. Wow.
What?
Fucking wow.
What, I'm not allowed to show favor to people who are, like, supporting me, like, substantially? Like, again, it's not that I don't appreciate the £2.
You're only making it worse.
I know. Well, that's why you're a junior for now, but honestly, you're a senior in my heart.
Yes.
Anyway, this conversation with Glowing Blue Wind brought to you by a wholesome conversation about donating to Mother.
You are your own Nage.
The what?
Like, as opposed to Uke?
The opposite of Uke is Seme.
Oh, not in martial arts, it's not.
Oh, okay. You were going for a different reference.
Yeah. In porn, it may be Seme, but in martial arts, it's Nage.
Okay. Well, it's not necessarily porn. It's just yaoi. Anyway. I might not survive the blight.
But if you do, what then? You're not an apostate like an Aaron. You could return, help us rebuild. Your life as a Grey Warden has given you a chance to venture abroad, farther than many mages have been. You've seen the world, dealt with kings and lords, Templars and apostates. You've seen the good and bad of all of these. You could bring these experiences back to the Circle, improve it with what you know. It will take time, but it can be done. Slowly.
When I don't want to go back to a place where I have the threat of some kind of assault hanging over my head constantly, but thank you. I do appreciate all the support. Mel is right on the money. My wife is absolutely on the money when it comes to that. No pun intended.
Yes. Bullshit, it wasn't.
I'll think about it.
I will not live to see the Circle rebuilt and made stronger and more glorious. This will be a dream I take to my grave. It doesn't have to be a dream for you.
Thanks. Okay, but like, again, if I was just playing this to try and get the most approval, I'd be like, I would love to help rebuild the Circle with you, but from a role-playing standpoint, Evelyn is not going to agree with that.
Yeah.
She's going to be like, I do not like this structure. I don't like what it has done to my friends. I do not like what it has done to all of the people that I have known and cared about. And I don't like what it did to me. So I'm not going to support this system. But I suppose there's always an opportunity to rebuild things better and to kind of taper back some of the Templar oversight. But I doubt that that's going to happen after a near annulment situation. Oh, God. Well, if you win the lottery, take care of yourself, and I want you to make sure that you're set with whatever you need in your life. I mean, depending on how much is in the lottery when it actually gets won. I mean, if it gives you $100 billion and you decide to chuck, a couple billion my way, I'm not going to complain there. As long as the percentage is not like tremendous, as long as the percentage is not like obscene, but like
Oh God,
the battle will truly begin. But I mean, Skeeto's got government money,
which is to say what they won't give their dogs, unfortunately. I'm not gonna get into like military politics and shit here. I'm just saying, like, stay safe, my dude. That's all I'm gonna say on the matter.
My wish for everyone always, regardless of political affiliation, regardless of anything else, is try to stay safe, try to, be smart, take care of yourself, take care of the people that you care about. All right. Thank you, Tristan. Thank you for showing up.
Have a good one.
Honestly, I think this is ultimately a pretty good place to stop the stream for today. We finished one of the major missions. We took care of one of the side quests. We unlocked some more side quests, and, you know, things are definitely opening up for down the road. Yeah. Next week, I will probably be seeing what I could do to polish off some of these other side quest stuff. There's not much to do at this point because I've been keeping up with it. But I will likely be moving on to Orzammar next.
Yeah.
I will be moving on to the longest segment of this game. I will be moving on to one of the most difficult areas of the game. This is an area where literally they paced it not well. Oh my god. Well, before the madmen donate more money, you can't stop me. Stop challenging him! But I'm so glad that you guys came and watched. I'm glad that you guys were here to enjoy this game and company and everything else, commentary, everything else that was going on. Thank you again. Thank you, Crackfox Jr., for your donation. Like, regardless of the amount, it means a lot to me that you did donate. Unfortunately, as I shift to thank you, Skeeto, for oh my fuck, I mean, I suppose that is an option, but
it
even
was their plan all along.
Perhaps. But as it is, folks who join and watch and who, like part of the joy of streaming is being able to do it live. And here's, of course, the requisite spiel that every YouTuber has to do. If you like my channel, outside of donating during streams like this, or potentially going onto Patreon and subscribing for even just $1 a month there, just liking and commenting on the videos, tells YouTube to kind of reintegrate it with their algorithm a little bit more. Yeah. And it's just a small thing. God damn it. God damn it, Skeeto. God damn it.
Don't stop him now.
Of course, motorbike chin is definitely... I might not be able to get full motorbike chin, but I might go with, like, motor chin or something like that. I feel like that definitely needs to happen. And there's it popping up on the stream. Anyway. But... thank you for that, Mel, honestly. The motorbike chin is going to be... I feel like that does need to happen at some point. But I hope to see you guys next week. I know that I'm also going to be streaming tomorrow on Sunday at 3 a.m. my time, so 3 a.m. Central, which is 9 a.m. over in the Britain place, across the pond, over in GMT. That's for the people who can't make these streams because they happen so late in their day. I'm actually going to be starting a new game. Actually, the recent round of voting on Patreon has concluded as of yesterday, and oh my god! God damn it! I mean, thank you! It's...
sorry, Soren.
Yes, I'm sorry, Soren VA. Thank you for coming by, and god damn it! Anyway, this bidding war is something. What was I just saying? Oh yes, the voting on Patreon has ended, and officially tomorrow I'm going to be starting To the Moon. I understand that it's not a long game. It is one that I have seen a significant chunk of, but not all of it. I think probably maybe about halfway into the game, something like that. And that was during one of Lemon Light's streams of the game. But I have not seen the ending of it. I have only seen like a handful of the puzzles and all of that stuff. So I'll actually be going through that on my channel starting tomorrow morning, technically. And I will be, once that's actually finished, the voting will be up again for whatever game comes next.
Yeah.
It's alright. I know that, again, this is not a convenient time for everyone. So that's why I'm trying to integrate more streams into the week if I can. I mean, if anything, I've been talking with Griffin. We keep talking about how we need to do a sort of podcasty-esque situation.
Yes.
Even if it's not directly something like this where I'm playing a game, it could be literally just us talking about, well, various topics. We frequently talk about a lot of shit.
Like, the other day we had, like, a half hour to an hour conversation just based on what the fuck was it? It was like we were watching this one thing, and then that sparked conversation about like implications about like what you can and can't joke about.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. I mean, you're not a failure at life. I'm going to say this, and this is going to be for all y'all who ever listen to this, you are not a failure at life. The only way you're ever going to be a quote-unquote failure at life is if you choose to take your time and dedicate it to hurting other people.
Yeah.
If your life is about, making someone else miserable for your amusement or because it makes you feel better about yourself, that's the only real way that anyone is truly a failure. But if you are just, if you are getting by and not necessarily succeeding as other people think you should, that doesn't mean that you're a failure. It means that you're building something else.
Yeah.
Well, my sleep schedule is that I woke up only a couple of hours before this stream started. And I usually go to bed at somewhere around 6 or 7 in the morning, my time. So I have a borked sleep schedule, but it works for my purposes. So people have lives and they go about their business, they go about work and all of that stuff. So, I mean, I know, like, there's so much that's going on. There's no way to get it so that it is perfect for everyone. But I try to do my best to stream when I can to try and accommodate as many people as I can. And I'm going to see what I can do to possibly try to do some more. You're not a second favorite child. Look, technically, now, again, I love what Skeeto has done, and I appreciate that. But if we're talking about my children in terms of ranking actual quote-unquote children, there's going to be, like, Jay and Riley and a couple of other folks. I could list them all, but I don't have them right in front of me. All sorts of people who I count as who I literally have the title of probably literally my child. So those technically take the top of the list.
Oh, God. In any event, we're bordering on 3 hours now, so...
We are getting to that point. Not that I mind sticking around for 3 hours, especially when people have literally paid me to do this. I mean, I have no problem staying here continuing to flatter Skeeto, but it is probably a good idea for me to call it now so that I can have some in-between period to, like, eat and do some other stuff before I stream in the morning.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys all for watching. I hope to see you guys either tomorrow or next week for more Dragon Age. And, thank you, Griffin, for joining me. I say thank you, but I always regret it in one way or another.
I mean, it's always my pleasure either way.
If you donate $5,000 and ask for just another hour, like, I mean... I'm going to tell you, I mentioned earlier the potential of having to do a donation stream. That is literally the goal that I had in mind for that. Because it would involve... I have plans, you see.
Yes,
and those plans involve some expenditures that I would otherwise not be able to do on my own. So $5,000 would literally be my goal. If you say just stream for another hour, here's $5,000, I'd be like... Fuck, man, I'll stream for another 24.
Well, you say that, but then you will literally die.
Well, no, I'll literally get sick, but again, if it's $5,000, I mean, I think I can afford that.
Don't become one of those self-harm streamers, okay?
Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Well, the plan was actually in place before that, Skeeto, but your donations have helped encourage and bring that conversation out. Anyway.
All that said.
Hold up. What are you doing?
What do you think?
No. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't think so. I'm just saying, any of you people out there who have, like, $1 million, if you have 5,000 you want to shift my way, I mean,
Oh, God. Anyway.
I'm like literally, and again, I emphasized this before, only what is reasonable and what is not actually going to impact you in a negative way. No. God. I feel like I'm like, no, and then we've got, like, Griffin over here like, no, don't, stop.
Well, you say that, but at the same time you're, no, do it.
I mean, no. What? Guys. Yes, okay, yeah, literally what Crackfox says. Do it, but only if it's something that's affordable and if you actually think that what I do is worth what you're contributing. At the moment, I'm still kind of overwhelmed at the prospect of you guys thinking that it's worth nearly $160 at this point. 155, I think. Or yeah, no, it's close to $160. Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you guys for that. I need to probably cut it off now so that I stop myself from just repeating thank you. But you guys are wonderful. And I hope to see you next week. Hi, Sir Pounce. You have jumped up at literally the very end. Come here. Goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. You guys have a wonderful night. And I'll see you hopefully next week.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.